Everything you know about anxiety is wrong. Not just wrong, it's the trap that's been keeping you stuck for years. You think anxiety is a disorder, a weakness, something broken inside you that needs to be fixed or medicated or talked away in therapy for a decade. But what if I told you it's just a bad habit? Like biting your nails, like checking your phone 200 times a day, like opening the fridge when you're not even hungry. And once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. Once you realize anxiety is a learned behavior and not a life sentence, the whole game changes. But here's the catch. Everything you've tried to stop it, willpower, logic, distraction, positive thinking, breathing apps, actually makes it worse. It gets worse before I tell you why. And most people never find out why. They just keep running the same loop year after year, burning out slowly, thinking they're broken. You're not broken. You're just trained. Think about last night. Be honest. It's 2 a.m. Your bed is warm, but your brain is on fire. One stupid thing you said 3 years ago at a party that nobody even remembers. Then a thought about tomorrow's meeting. Then a thought about your health. Then a thought about your mom. Then a thought about money. Then your heart starts racing. Your breathing gets shallow. Your palms might sweat. And you do what you always do. You grab your phone, scroll, tap, escape. Watch one video, then another, then another. For 10 minutes, it works. You feel better. The noise quiets down. And this is exactly what you're doing right now. Reading this, looking for an exit, searching for the one piece of information that will finally set you free. But the exit isn't in the next video. The exit isn't in the next book or the next meditation app or the next supplement. The exit is somewhere you've never looked. Inside the feeling itself.
Dr. Judson Brewer is a psychiatrist from Yale. Not a self-help guru, not a life coach, a real neuroscientist who spent years scanning brains and studying addiction. And he discovered something that flips psychology on its head. Something so simple that most experts missed it. Anxiety isn't a malfunction. It's not a chemical imbalance in the way you think. It's a habit loop. 3 parts: trigger, behavior, reward. You feel uncomfortable, you do something automatic, you get temporary relief, and your brain says, "That worked. Let's do it again." That's it. That's the entire engine. And once you see the engine, you can take it apart. No one tells you this, but every time you resist anxiety, you feed it. Because resistance is still attention, and anxiety loves attention. It doesn't care if you're fighting it or fleeing from it. As long as you're looking at it with fear, it grows. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The harder you push, the bigger it gets. And here's where it breaks. Here's where most people turn away because the truth is uncomfortable. The truth is, you are not anxious because something is wrong with you. You are anxious because your brain learned a shortcut to fake safety. And it worked. So it kept working. Until it stopped working, and now you're stuck. What if the solution isn't to fight anxiety, but to get curious about it? Not curious like, why me? Curious like a scientist studying a weird bug under a microscope. Not curious with judgment, curious with no agenda. Next time you feel that knot in your chest, don't run. Don't open your phone. Don't call a friend to distract yourself. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Just 10, and ask yourself with genuine interest, where exactly is this feeling? Is it hot or cold? Does it have a shape? Does it move or is it still? Is it in your chest, your throat, your stomach? This sounds ridiculous, I know. Your brain will tell you this is stupid, but your brain is the same brain that built the anxiety loop, so maybe it doesn't get to vote.
This sounds too simple. I know, I had the same reaction when I first heard it. But here's the neuroscience. Curiosity releases dopamine, the the same chemical that drives addiction, but instead of locking you into a loop of craving and relief, curiosity opens the loop. It interrupts the automatic sequence. It turns off the amygdala, which is the fear center in your brain. And for the first time, you're not the anxiety. You're the one watching it. And that shift from being inside the feeling to observing the feeling is the entire secret. Every spiritual tradition touched on it, but Brewer gives you the biology. I tried this myself. Honestly, the first time felt stupid. I was lying in bed, heart pounding, and I said, let me just look at this feeling. Nothing happened. I felt stupid, but I kept going. And then one night, anxiety hit hard, the kind that makes you feel like you're dying. Instead of reaching for my phone, I just asked, "Where are you?" And something shifted. The feeling didn't disappear, but it lost its power. It became just a sensation, like a cold spot or a muscle cramp, uncomfortable but not terrifying, because anxiety can only control you when you're afraid of it. The moment you look at it with curiosity, it shrinks. That's not spirituality. That's biology. That's your prefrontal cortex coming online and telling your amygdala, I got this. Brewer gives you a simple map, 3 steps. You don't need an app, you don't need a teacher. You just need 30 seconds of honesty. Step 1, notice the trigger. Just say to yourself, there it is. No judgment, no story, no why is this happening to me, just recognition. Step 2, feel the sensation in your body. Don't think about it, don't analyze it, don't name the emotion. Just feel it as raw physical data, hot, cold, pressure, movement. Step 3, get curious. Ask one question. What happens if I stay here for 30 seconds without running? That's it. No mantras, no positive thinking, no forcing yourself to calm down, just curiosity. And curiosity is the anti-anxiety drug your brain already makes for free. If you ignore this, you'll stay in the same loop, same 2 a.m. scroll, same fake relief, same exhaustion the next morning, same guilt, same shame. Meanwhile, other people will learn this one skill, and they won't be special. They won't be monks or gurus or naturally calm people. They'll just know something you don't yet, but you can know it in the next 30 seconds. That's the difference between people who stay stuck and people who move on. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's just a decision to look at the feeling instead of running from it.
Here's the dirty secret. Your brain doesn't care if the reward is real. It only cares that it feels good for a second. That's why checking your phone works. That's why overthinking feels productive. That's why eating sugar when you're not hungry works. The brain is not looking for truth. It's looking for relief. And it will take the cheapest, fastest relief every single time unless you intervene. But when you replace escape with curiosity, you rewire the reward system. The brain learns a new equation. It learns, being present actually feels better than running. Staying with the feeling for 30 seconds gives me a deeper relief than scrolling for 2 hours. And slowly, the anxiety loop unwinds. Not overnight, but faster than you think. Remember how we started? I said everything you know about anxiety is wrong. Now you see, you've been looking at the truth the whole time. You just didn't understand it. You thought anxiety was the enemy. You thought you had to kill it, silence it, medicate it away. But anxiety isn't your enemy. It's a part of you that learned the wrong strategy a long time ago. Maybe it kept you safe once. Maybe it helped you prepare for a test or avoid a danger. But now it's just a habit running on an old track. And you don't kill a habit. You replace it. You befriend it. You get curious about it. And then it has no reason to scream for attention. So here's my question for you. In the last few minutes while reading this, did you feel anxiety? Did you notice your chest tighten or your mind race? Did you feel the urge to scroll away, to check something else, to escape? And here's the real question. Did you notice it or did you become it? Some people will close this and forget it within an hour. They'll go back to the same loop tomorrow night. Others will realize something just changed, something small but permanent, a crack in the old pattern, and cracks let light in. If you're ready to unwind, drop a brain emoji in your mind. Or don't, but
but you already know which one you are. And that knowing, that's the first moment of freedom.